Good morning to everybody. So today again the MMPH 001. Today is the block number 4, Organizational Theory and Design. So straight away I will show the block number 4 is a job design, where there are 2 units, unit number 8 and unit number 9. Unit 8 is approaches to job design, and unit 9 is your emerging trends at work. So now, the beginning of the unit 8, it consists the meaning of the job, occupation, and career, and then the meaning of the job design, purpose of the job design, factors, and what are the influences effective of the job design, approaches to job design, the complementary approaches, job designs and the technology, designing a suitable job, the impact of the high technology on the job design, and impediments in the job design. That is all that in unit number 8. Unit number 9 is your emerging trend at work. That is the introductions and emerging trends in the work organizations, then your quality of work. That is, you can see the TWL in short. So now first see what are the approaches. So occupation, first we see the occupation. Basically it is defined in the social role performed by the adult members of the society that directly and indirectly yields the social and the financial consequences, and that constitutes a major focus in the life of the adult. So that is written by the Hall, 1975. Now a job is a person's occupations at one point in time. A career is the unfolding sequences of jobs that a person has over the life course. In the total life, persons is what are the skill. Occupation is one thing. That's one time because of the service. But now the career is different, where the sequence of the jobs you have to do it, different levels of the situation. Suppose joining in some post, and in the end of the service, maybe you will be a different. So this is a life course. Now basically the approaches are different. There are 2 approaches. First approach is, it is developed by F.W. Taylor, and scientific management. He relied on the research on the experimentation to determine the most efficient way to perform jobs. Jobs are highly standardized and they're specialized. So Taylor, he has buckets the vertical job specializations so that the detailed procedures and the work practices are developed by engineers, enforced by supervisors, and executed by the employees. Advantage. So, what are the advantage? If you have a approach in your, so first thing is the specialization increases because to get your job, that is, it will increase by the especially the focus on the specialization areas. And work efficiency also increased. And if we both the things, skilled and efficiency, then productivity is also to be increased. So it is all in part of the uh, advantage. Some disadvantages also to be there. Moreover, it increases the work efficiency, but it does not necessarily improve the job performance. Sometimes it has happened that efficiency is different thing and the performance will be things. So job performance is ignores the effect of the job contains on the employees. Sometimes they suppose the production is good, number of productions is good, but it doesn't mean he has developed his skill. Skill is a part of your performance. So it costs more in terms of higher turnover then is a part of your disadvantage parties. Turnover will be higher means people are going, leaving the organizations something or somehow. Absenteeism will be more, and the mental health problems. These all are area of your disadvantage. It will be there. I mean, this basically when you are considering the job designing, you have to consider the what are the job you have decided, the specifications may or may not be fit for the all. Maybe the some employees, some of the your staff may be familiar with these things. They can perform nicely. Maybe 3 to 4% people may not be perform with the different job design is required for them. So it costs more in terms of higher turnover and responsibilities. Employees are concerned only with a small part of the process. And they cannot be identify the customer's needs because the employees are there focused or basically they are performing their jobs with the assigned jobs only. So exactly what are the customers' needs, say they may not be identified. So that's why some hierarchy is required. Different level of people are required at the different positions to perform in differently. So that's why the structure is required. So anyhow, it ignores the motivational potential of the jobs. It doesn't apply to professional knowledge workers. So some advantage is there and some disadvantage is also there. And we cannot say that these are disadvantage. These all are the issues or challenges are there, and that likely to be redressed. It can be possible to address the things. Can be solve the things. So here now various techniques of job designs are given. These all are low, medium, and high, and one of your impact side, another is your complexity. So if we see what is the curve is showing, that is your socio-technical systems. And the last, the job rotations, then your job engineering, job enlargements, job enrichment, and finally it is social, elect- social technical systems. So it is in total your various techniques are showing these diagrams. This is the approach. Basically, the approach are technical based. This is all other ways you can reduce the absenteeisms or you can develop your things with these designing parts. Job nutritions, as you know, the different jobs, different departments, you can familiarizations to things so that the employees can learn more diversify the work. But if the vacancy is there, the gap is there, that can be filled very easily when and whenever it is required. So that is the way job rotation is one of the advantage of the employees, and that he will be also happy if particular department is overloaded. There people can be surplus people can be shifted to other department, and so this is the way it will be effective. Now the complexity dimensions of the horizontal axis in the degree to which the job design the approaches requires changes in many factors. The involvement of the individuals with the diverse competitions at various organizational levels and a high level of decision making competency of successful implementation. Then job rotations, as I say, that is your job design involves a periodic assignments of the employee to completely different sets of job activities. So different set of activities will be there. Then they can performing and learn the things. There's a process of learning and development. Then your job engineering, the Frederick W. Taylor has established the basis of the modern industrial engineering late in the 19th century. Job engineering focuses on the tasks to be performed, methods to be used, among the employees, layout of the workplace, performance standards, and interdependencies between the people and machines. Job design factors are to be examined by the means of time and the your motion studies, then determining the time required uh, to do to do each task and the movements needed to perform it efficiently. A key tone of the job engineering is specialization of the labor with the goal of the achieving greater efficiency. Higher levels of these specializations are needed too. Job enlargement, basically the job enlargement combines into one job with two or more tasks which are to be performed. Sometimes it is called the horizontal loading, as all tasks involved at the same level the responsibility. Job enlargement approaches often as positive effects of the employee's effectiveness. Means you are enlarging the things. Enrichment is different. You see, there should not be any confusions. Enlargement and the enrichment. Enrichment is another way. The Frederick Hashberg he has advocate the two factors theory are there. Is continued that job designed accordingly into roles of the simplifications. Enlargement and the rotations can be expected to be highly motivational for the workers. He instead suggested a clear and distinct job design alternative. This is called your job enrichment. So, so definition, job enrichment seeks to add the profundity, profundity to a job by giving the workers more control, responsibility, and the freedom to choice over how their job is performed. So here it is different. It occurs when the work itself is more challenging, when the achievement is encouraged, when there is a prospect for the growth, and when the responsibility, feedback, and recognitions are provided. So this is the case of your enrichment part. The difference between the enlargement and the job enrichment, then it will be more clear. The job enrichment focuses on the satisfying the higher order needs, whereas the job enlargement concentrates on the adding additional tasks to the worker's job for greater variety. It's not in the same series of work, there's a greater variety. So adopting a new technology typically requires the changes in the way jobs are designed. So often the way the task is redefined fits people to the demands of the technology to maximize the technology's operations. But this often fails to maximize the total productivity because it ignores the human part of the equations. The social relationships and the human aspects of the tasks may suffer, lowering overall productivity. The socio-technical systems approach to work redesign specifically addresses this problem. Under the social technical system approach, jobs are designed by taking a holistic or systems view of the entire job situations, including its physical and the social environment. The job technical approaches is situational because the few jobs involve identical technical requirements and the social surroundings. Especially, the social technical approach requires that the job designer should consciously be concerned about the role of employee in the socio-technical systems, the nature of the tasks performed, and the autonomy of the work. Essential elements of the job in the, of the social technical system approach are as under. That is, a job need to be reasonably demanding for the individual in terms other than the sheer endurance, and they yet provide some variety. This is not necessarily novelty. Employees need to be able to learn on the job and to go on the learning. Employees need some minimum area of the decision making that can call their own. Employees need some minimal degree of social support and recognitions at the workplace. Employees need to be able to relate what they do and what they produce to their social lives. These are all our social and the technical systems, social systems and the technical systems. Social systems where the environment is involved, and the technical system is basically your what functioning, what you are functioning the things, where the engineering, the designing, everything are this. These are technical systems. Basically. So combining both the things, you have to approach in that such a way that you should know what you are doing, what is your role basically, what you are delivering the things. That is the very important. And at the same time, what you are producing, what you are manufacturing, whatever you are doing the things, that is how much it will be effect for the social systems, social in the social life, how much it is impact on the social life. So that is the approach should be there. So that's why it is a combination of social and the technical systems. Now the job characteristics approach. In this approach, the job characteristics, your enrichment model involves increasing the amount of skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and the feedback in the jobs. There are 5 core areas. Job, basically the dimension, there are 5 dimensions. That is one of the dimensions is your skill variety. Then your task identity, job significance, autonomy feedback. There are five dimensions of this. Goal setting and the MBO. Though here actually you see you have to, your approach should be goal oriented, or we can say what are the objectives are formulated or set it by the organizations. This concept was given by the Peter F. Drucker. The first times it has approaches are adopted or it has been implemented by the General Electrics. It was the first company to adopt the MBO. This is a management uh, by objectives. The full form of the MBO is management by objectives, and put it into practice with the Drucker's help as a consultant. The person is a Peter, if he was a consultant in General Electrics, and he has adopted the things, that concept. MBO is essentially a process of joint goal settings. It is a systematic and organized approach that allows the management to focus on the achievable goals and to attain the best possible results from the available resources. The principle behind the MBO is to make sure that everybody without the organizations, within the organizations, has a clear understanding of the aims and objectives of that organization, as well as the awareness of their roles and the responsibilities in achieving those aims. So, this is a different approach by the now the MBO strategy. Now we are talking about the MBO strategy. All individuals within an organization are assigned a special set of objectives, and they try to reach during a normal operating period. These objectives are mutually set and agreed upon by the individuals and their managers. So, by the decisions, it has been formulated and decided by the top management, and finally, everybody are try to obey and follow the things. Performance reviews are conducted periodically to determine how close individuals are to attaining their objectives. So that is required. It may be periodically, in the sense it may be 15 days, maybe quarterly, maybe half yearly, or annually. So time to time it should be conducted, and to judge and to some visuals required, some special team. They have to definitely is a part of your HR. They have to monitor, they have to scrutinize the things. The individuals are performing well or not. They are in the align with the particular objectives or not, and they are really fulfill the objectives or not. So that part has to see, and if any realignment is there, if required some of the modifications is required, that can be done. Rewards are given to individuals on the basis of how close they come to the reaching. Some reward system should be there, where those who are really in the line and there is no default, no fault are there, and they are approaching in the right directions, they should be awarded. They should be giving us some of the cash money, or maybe they promoted, or they may be redesigned, resignations, their name, maybe different designations can be approached. Then define the objectives at the board levels also. Analyze the management tasks and the devise for formal job specifications, which allow the responsibilities and the decision to individual managers. Here I am talking about the stages. When you are implementing the management by objectives, so there are various stages of this. So first stage you have to board has to decide. Second, then have to analyze by the management tasks and decide the allocate the responsibilities. Then set the performance standards because standard is also there, or you can say the some procedural uh, standards. Agree and set the objectives, specific objectives on all levels. Align the individual targets with the corporate objectives because the corporate objectives is different and individual target is also different. But individual targets that should be towards the corporate objectives, should be aligned with the corporate objectives. Then establish the management information systems, that is, in short, is MIS, to monitor the achievement against the objectives. So MIS will see the what are the objectives are set by the management. It is fulfilling or not. If any modification is required, then can be done. What are the key advantages and the disadvantages of the MBO systems? So management by objectives, there are definitely some of the advantages there and some disadvantages also there. So MBO programs is continuously emphasize what should be done in the organizations and to achieve the organizational goals. The process it secures the employee commitment to attaining the organizational goals. Now, what are the disadvantages? The development of the objectives can be time consuming, leaving both the managers and the employees less time in which to do their actual work. Second point is to elaborate the elaborate written goals, the careful communications of the goals, and the detailed performance evaluation required in an MBO program increase the volume of the paperwork in an organization. Because all these things, when you are doing so definitely you have some time consuming and you have to take a lot of paperwork and the time also. It will increase the risk. So this is a part of your disadvantage what I am talking. Now see the impact of the high technologies on the job design. The technological advantages are into the job designs. As we know, there is some automation systems out there. In the automation, they are highly simplified the jobs, often cause the problems because they offer little intrinsic more motivation for the workers. Because when the things are automatically going on, so workers are simply sitting, they have to one or two comments, they are putting some of the one of the button, push button on it. The thing is with this finger only they have to do all these things. So there are no such motivations. So maybe very little motivations are there. So this approach increasingly involves the use of robots, which are becoming more and more useful and reliable because the robotic systems, the automated systems are their human interventions are less, and you can get the accuracy, more accuracy, and basically the time. We can reduce the time drastically. So these all are the technical advancements you can say. Now flexible manufacturing. Flexible manufacturing cells, that is a team of workers using the special technology exploit the adaptive and the integrated job designs to shift the work among the alternative products. So In the flexible manufacturing, that is one of the advantages. This you can shift from one product to another product. So that is the basic part of your flexibles. This approach is gradually more widespread. Under this system, a cellular manufacturing systems is a whole number of automated productions machines, and then they cut the shape and deal fastening the things together. So various metal components are there, one by one, automatically can be done. Different flexibility can be achieved. Then electronic, as you know, the electronic offices are these are highly technical technologies there. As a key of the in this case of your healthcare systems, a large private practice based on health maintenance organizations, that is HMO, became they interested in the improving the quality of the healthcare services, because the worldwide after the COVID-19, you see the most of the companies are very much aware. They are very much careful about the well-being of the employees and the services, so that the health can be good. If health is good, definitely the productivity will be increased. It is a proportional things. The company installed the large electronic bulletin boards and they monitor the progress towards the range of the performance goals. It also installed the electronic mail systems, used the robots to dispense their paper mills, and installed a computerized telephone answering machines is there. So this is the way. It is all our, you can say that when you are preparing the job designing, so you have to see the basic idea is how to your employee can be comfortably he can do the work. They should not, the stress level can be reduced, their accuracy will be more, their skill will be more. So putting on view of all these things, all these aids, you have mind basically your technology, your computerizations, device systems, electronic systems, everything you are integrating the things so that the employee can be work very easily and effortlessly. So fundamentally, the company try to automate as many tasks as possible to free the employees and more challenging work. Continuing the development in these electronic offices present many new job opportunities, but they can be stressful and difficult for this for necessary education is required, skill is also required. So today's high technologies must be carefully integrated with the human factor, and continuing the educations and the training are still needed to equip the people to deal the emerging workplace technologies. Because when you are adopting the new technologies, so definitely you should be skilled enough, because your employees can be do it very nicely. Workflow and the process re-engineering. One of the most recent approaches for upgrading the job designs and the organizational performance is based on the concept of process engineering, re-engineering. Just mind it, re-engineering means everything are there. Now you have to re-engineer. You have to modify, maybe you have to adapt some of the things, maybe you have to change some of the parts of the particular the machines so that it can be more updated. So re-engineering is process engineering means the analysis, reshuffling, reconsider configurations of the actions and the tasks required to reach the workflow. So this approach methodically breaks the work process down into the your specific components and the subtasks, analyzes each for the relevance and the simplicity, and then does everything possible to reconfigure the process to eliminate the wasted time, effort, and resources. Workflow, workflow and the process engineering. The job is designed uh, through the process. The re-engineering focuses on the every step in the process, from the seeking out of the items and the vendors to the obtaining of bids to the completion of the necessary forms, and it is securing the required signatures and the approval to the actual placement of the order, and so on to the point at which the new computer automatically arrives. It checked, placed the equipment inventory, and finally delivered to the workplace. So everything are uh, in a different process. So that's why the re-engineering is required so that we can flow of work will not be disturbed. Now the impedance of the impedance of the job. This is in spite of the possible benefits, job design is not easy to implement. The major difficulties are as follows. Because here actually one I want the thing is emphasize, even though we have lot of facilities, computerizations, EMI system is good, technology is also good, everything are all are newly latest state of the art technology is there. Still, you have to some difficulties we are facing. Complexity is a major the core. This is a job characteristics activity. Objectively measure the job content is very costly and tough. Therefore, the most prevalent tools for the measuring the job content is to ask the employees to priority their perceived job characteristics. However, it is supposed that the perceptions are very often biased. Until an accurate and the cost-effective way to measure the job content is found, the job design experts would not be able to point at which jobs entail the changing and how well job change strategies are working. So it is some of the we are focusing on some of the difficulties. The contemporary knowledge about the job design is restricted by the focus of the individual jobs, especially the literature tends to uh, overlook job design characteristics and that apply to team your settings. Then furthermore, many work settings require team-based job design because the technology is fixed or the work is too complicated for one person to finish the line alone. So that's why some most of the concept is group. That's why the group concept has come. Now the job design interventions over and over again the face the resistance to change. Some supervisors don't like the job redesign interventions because they change their roles and may threaten job security. Because every time the new technology is coming, the staff is are not accustomed with the things. Maybe their traditional things that they are doing, they are very much familiar with the old systems. So when the new system is coming, they are reluctant to learn the things. That is one of the resistance coming. Trade union leaders have been hostile, the antagonist of the job specialization and the scientific management. Yet they complained that the job enrichment programs are management plays a get more work out of the employees for the less money. So unskilled employees may lack to confidence or both lead strength to your learn more challenging tasks. Skilled employees are known to resist job design because they believe the intervention will undercut their power base. and complain them to perform lower status work. So that's why sometimes when you are adopting a new technology, so that is all are the drawback, or you can say resistance are coming when you are job redesigning the things. So some sort of your interventions are there. Now see, now we have to talking about some of the emerging trends. The concept of the nature of the work has undergone the numerous changes over the years. During the 19th century, workers wrestled the safeguard and their right to determine how and when they are work. As the 20th century progressed, workers were gradually trapped within the formal economy of the jobs and the factories and tussled to control the amount uh, of the labor they would have to give to the systems in order to live. For some, working time has increased beyond the 8 hours shaped into the overtime and additional part-time work, and the employee cannot say to do so to do the overtime work. These all are new emerging trends. So work in the new economy is your deemed to be different to work into the world economy because the spreading of the informations and the communications technologies, this is in short we can say the ICT, has changed the way in which the form of business and the creative value. ICT has your augmented the flexibility of capital goods, making capital investment more productive and encouraging the firms to substitute capital for labor. This trend contributes to the globalization of the market, has changed the nature of work, its ramifications for the quality of life of the people. Now, some details of the few changes are mentioned. We are now likely to discuss. One is your job insecurity and the work intensifications, and two is your flexibilizations and the casualizations. First things we have to discuss the flexibilizations is often the presented as the creation of the flexible work patterns. The Britain government introduced the work-life balance companion in 2000s. We can in short is the WLB. The companion was to help the employers to recognize the benefits, adopting the policies and the procedures to enable the employees to adopt the flexible work patterns. This would have helped the staff to become the better motivational, and more productive because they were better able to balance, able them to balance their work and other aspects of their lives. McDonaldizations. McDonaldizations, the modern type of the terrorism, is a system of the producing the goods and the services in which the work process is broken into the smallest part, systematically analyzed, re-engineered to maximize the profit and replicate it in each and every working environment that produces those goods. Everywhere this process is used, the bosses are happy when the amount produced by the appealed by its low quality. The labor turnover is these factories is even of the determinations of the people to resist their exploitations. Communications. Basically the common the people choose the work they did it. If they if they could and they invested much of their personality and ability in the making and the productions of useful, better or beautiful things. Today, the supremacy of the conventions as a social good and the confer of the social status of the people as individuals has made the product far more important than the producers. Work has died away to have a personal value for those who sweat. In many cases, it does not have a social value to the society. Now, rescheduling the working arrangements. Here, actually, we are talking about some of the few changes. There are few changes because the traditional systems and what are the emerging trends are incoming. So alternative ways of rescheduling the days and the hours of the work are increasingly common. These arrangements reshape your traditional schedules, such as 40 hours work and 8 to 5 day. So some sort of rescheduling are going on depending on the what nature of work. In your compressed work week, a compressed work week is any work schedule that allows a full-time job to be completed in fewer than the standard 5 days. The most common compressed work week is the 40 hours, where the 40 hours of work are accomplished in 10 hours. So that means 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. This is the way 10 hours gives. Then you have some part-time work. Part-time work has become increasingly common in modern society. Job sharing. Job sharing is also dividing one full-time work between two or more people according to the schedule agreed to your among themselves. And the workers. Telecommunicating. The telecommunicating describes high use of a computer or in a small machines, fax machine. So telecommunicating is another your emerging trend, which already implemented throughout the world. And net is also there. Is also is a part of your communicating part. Then your job sharings, as we have discussed. Then your telecommunicating part is also the center of these things. Another is call center jobs. On the recent development, most of the BPOs in the organizations has been the growth of call centers. These are functions that to respond large volume of the calls from the customers. So now I'm trying to recap the things which we have discussed. First things were here actually important topics of the Unit 8 where I can discuss First things we have to uh, understand what is the job, what are the occupations, and what are the careers. There are three things that distinctly you should know. That what the job is this, and your occupations, and the career. There are three things that are different. The question may come in this way: what are the approaches? What do you mean by the approaches? And what are the dimension of the approaches? The meaning of the job designs. Then the questions come: what are the approaches to job designs? So when the question are coming in the approaches to job designs, you have to first specify the things in a simple way. What are the job and occupation and career? Then you have to write the job design parts. And the purpose of the job, and then what is the purpose behind it? Or we can say what are the objectives of the job designs. So that part are discuss. There are some merits and some of the demerits, or what are the advantage and disadvantage. This is the way question may come. And some contemporary approaches, and what are the way the technology are adopted in your job designs. So you have to involve your what are the latest technologies. So some sort of your technical approach should be this. That is the important part. Designing a suitable jobs. So that be. So you have to design in such a way your job should be lucrative. I mean, accepted by the employees, and they should be happy. And moreover, it is comfortably they can do it. I have seen of the impact of technology on job designs. So, what are the impact of the high technology on job design? That is also impediments of the job designs. This is also so basically the first unit number 8 is totally your job designing part, where you have to your focus should be there. Students should focus on the definition of the job designs, what type of approaches, and what are the influence, what are the factors are influencing during the job design part when you are designing the things. Then you're keeping in view of the modern systems, your technology should be adopted, and employees should be skilled enough so that their productivity can be increased. So all things have to depending on the question. So for the 10 marks questions, so you have to write at least two pages. And if it is a 5 marks short notes, then you have to have at least 1 page you have to write it. So this is the way you have to plan and go through the previous 3-4 years question papers. The particular this from this block number 4, what type of questions are coming, you have to go through this, and you have to take your materials, and from there you can take the help and you can write some of the emerging trends part. There's a unit number 9 is very important because there are all new things. You may not be available right question answer from your block only. So you have to present scenario. What are the things that the QWL, because based on the quality of work life, that is very important. Because after the COVID-19, everything scenario has changed globally. Because most of the companies, they are focused on your employee health care, well-being of the employees, that they have focused on. So questions may come from that area because these are all new topics basically. So as a designer as a job design, when you are designing your jobs, so you have to see that that job tracks should not be very much heavily loaded to the employees. They should get some rest. It should be flexible, If required, you can split up the things depending on the your situations and nature of jobs. You can involve, you can flexible job design may be possible. Remotely, you can do it. Some employees can be remote, you can do it. Some people can be uh, physically come to the office and can do it. So that your quality of life of the employees can be continued. So that type of approach should be there. Even most of the institutions classes, online classes, so that the students can be comfortably they can attain if they are remotely or maybe they are occupied some of the other jobs, they are not able to continue full focus on this their study, but they have enough time in the night times, in your free times they can study. So this is the way the online means the you are taking the advantage of the communication systems. So taking the communication system advantage, you have to utilize. This is another way of your designing the things. So this is the way you have to proceed. Your see the your quality your questions are what are- if any doubts, uh, if some of the questions in the last block in the forthcoming session, told this part, the block 5 is there. There we have to discuss, and after that we can subsequently we can discuss lot of questions, for the videos, forthcoming sessions we have to discuss. After completion of the block 4, we have to discuss the some of the case studies also on particular organizational designs, which are very much required. So only the case study you can able to do when you are completing your total syllabus and courses, then only you will be able to do it. So okay, I think I have over the classes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.